Oh yeah, so the phone story was my buddy flew into. This is why I was over in Hawaii for all you listeners out there. My buddy flew into Maui or not Maui, but Kona, and this was like essentially the first I'd seen of like my friend since I'd been over there, and I was kind of cooped up. I'd been living with my buddy's uncle for 2 or 3 weeks. Hadn't really met anybody, and he got over there and like what was planned was like biking and like hiking and like this and that. But when you're with me, that doesn't really happen a lot. For those viewers out there, I have a strip club veteran hat. But like we got wrapped up like the first day, just like drinking all day and drinking most of the night. And again, back to the culture, like Kona, it's more aggressive than Hilo. As far as like
it's a bunch of
culturally, it's
tourists.
tourists, yeah. So you get like that animosity, like a little bit more so than you would in places where the tourism is not as much. And we were like warned of places not to go. I'm pretty sure it was called Sharky's. It was like a local hub for people late at night that were just like aggressive local
Yeah.
drinkers that like do not like Hallies. And so we had been out drinking all day. We went to a few different like places to get drinks, and then for whatever reason, like whenever I'm like single, like my go-to like pickup line is, "Will you hold this for a second? Will you hold it?" And then I try to hold their hands. Me and Gavin just touched hands for those viewers out there. But that's like my go-to pickup line. So I was doing that left and right, and we went to dinner with these French girls that had actually worked on, and then proceeded out into the night, and I just like continued to try that move, and I tried it to a local girl that literally just like right when I did it, just like slapped my hand out of her face, which makes complete sense. She's
What
like,
do you mean? It's such a classy move.
it is a very classy move. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, get your fucking hand out of my face. Like, what the hell?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, like this and that." And she called like Israel Kamakamawaki and like all of her like all black rugby friends over like immediately. And they came up to me and like started like pushing me and shoving me and were like, "What the fuck are you doing to my sister?" And like this and that. And I was like, "Me and your sister are gonna get married." Not actually, but I probably said something sarcastic like that. But anyway, like they were pushing me around, and I was like, "Look, I'm very sorry, guys. Like I'm a drunk idiot, and you guys probably hate me, but like I mean no harm. Like I'm just an idiot." And they're like, "Well, why don't we take this outside?" And I was like, "I don't really want to go outside." From Colorado, it's cold out here in Hawaii. But they ended up taking me we went outside, and the conversation was back and forth. And they're like, "Why don't you get your phone out for this?" And I was like, "Well, that's a strange request at a time like this. Like, why would I have my phone out? Like, what am I going to get?" I reach in my pocket. I don't have my phone. And I was like, "That is weird." And then the guy that was like pushing and shoving me was like, "You looking for this?" I was like, "That is strange that you have my phone. Where did you get that guy from?" And it like all proceeded to like, they just started to like essentially nickel and dime you to get my phone back. And I was like, they're like, "Give us 100. And I was like, "I don't have that because I don't have any cash on me." And they're like, "That's bullshit. We saw you pay at the bar," which that is true because I only got paid in cash under the table in Hawaii. So I had just like a big wad of cash, and I was like, "Fuck, they're on to me." And I was
Or
like,
what if they weren't and they were just like extremely confident?
yeah, that would be the ultimate mindfuck if they were. And so I like kept lying. And then finally I was like, "All right, fine, I'll give you $100." And they're like, "It's not enough." And I gave them $150. And I can't remember the exchange, but I said something about the guy's sister or something to the likes of
Something.
something that was sarcastic. And the guy just like took my phone, and I've never seen an iPhone 7 skip that much across the ocean, but it certainly got at least halfway there to Maui. And he skipped my phone, and I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, thanks for doing business. And I was like, I think that was more my pleasure than your pleasure, because that was super enjoyable for me. And that was about that. And then I had to get a phone the next day, and that was a whole ordeal. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Jeez.
always getting a phone is great, especially when your parents still pay for your phone.
Shout out to Papa Deeks.
Yeah, Papa Deeks. Much love.
Making you proud.
Exactly.